Hey, beautiful people. It is your girl, makeup artist, DeShawn Hatcher. You know, I'm always zhuzhing my table over here because there's so much crap over here. Hey, beautiful people. As you can see, she's still in the living room, but she's so much closer to being in that room. She really is. Got new lights, got new rugs, got new everything. So I'm very excited that I'm almost out of the living room. Okay. It is Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. And I wanted to kind of come back on here and this Sunday and kind of do a repeat tour of what we discussed last week, which was rates. And you got some really good questions, and I always review, what we do here on this here, you and the tube. And I saw that I didn't get to see a lot of your questions because they were flying by me. So I kind of jotted down only a few of them, and then we can open up the floor to you guys again to ask me more rate questions because it is a funky kind of conversation. I feel like it's so necessary and so needed in our industry. Um, so I want to kind of do a rates 2.0 refresher. All right. Hey, Glorita. Hey, Glorita. Hi, sweetheart. How are you, my darling? Hey, Lori. Hi, sweetheart. You know what? You know what's so funny about you, Miss Lori, is that I don't see you pop up until after we're gone, and then I review the whole thing, and I go, "Oh, damn, I miss Lori." So, hi, Miss Lori. Sorry, I keep missing you. I don't see you on here. Sometimes folks gets, I don't see, even though I could address somebody right above you. I just didn't see. I don't see names all the time. So that's just my funk. Okay. So hello, beautiful people. So yeah, like I said, it's Sunday at 7. And actually, let me see. Hey, Glorita, I have a question from you from last week. So thank you for tuning in because I'm going to answer your question. And yeah, I only wrote down like I have them right here. I have like 5 questions that I really wanted to kind of answer back to you, amazing people. Hey, beautiful. Okay, here we go. Lilianix. That's how I'm going to say it. Lilianix. Some more. Hey, some more. Good evening. Thank you, Lori. I'm not ignoring you. Literally, people's names just go. Bloop. Oh, Ozzy, hi. As I always tell all of my Aussie people, first of all, thank you for being. I don't know what time it is in. I know it's 16 hours in advance. Okay, so thank you if you're watching. I don't know what time it is there, sweetie, but thank you for being here. You're on. Yes, I am. Hey, Lisa. Hi, sweetheart. Doing my nails. Do them nails. I got to do my nails. So look at this. I mean, I started and oh, child. Mm. Hello, Katrina. Miss Cruz. From sunny Philippines. Wow, hi. Thank you for tuning in. Matthew Jones. Yes, and I made it to church. What? Oh, Lala Galore's in the house. Lala Galore's in the house. It's 8 a.m. in Manila. Well, good morning. Good morning. And it's 8 p.m. in Trinidad. What time is it? Yeah, so you're an hour before. You know what it is? I'm going to really have to figure out. Oh, people, I don't think there is a time that I can do one full uh, thing for you guys where everybody can tune in and not be half asleep. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God. Hey, Lisa. Oh, thank you for loving the blue hair. Yes, this is week 2 of Blue Hair Day. Yes. Hey, CR. Thank you guys. Ooh. Hey. The carnival season is in full swing in Trinidad. Well, damn, I need to go see you, okay? Good morning. I'm listening while waiting for my bride. That's fantastic. Well, thank you. Thank you for multitasking. Oh my God, you guys are so cute. Hey, Ania. Oh my God, it's not Sunday, it's Saturday. Well, I'm here on a Saturday. Yep, surprise. So yeah, I wanted to just kind of like really like this is not going to be a full forever thing, but I really wanted to kind of like go over just a few comments that you guys had made and the questions excuse me, that you guys had asked, um, that I really just kind of wanted to touch on. What does it say? Well, see, it's Sunday somewhere, right? Hello. Hey, Sylvia. Hi, sweetheart. The street band competition called I can't say it. Panoramia. No, Panoramia. Is that right? No. Oh God, it's going on as we speak. Mom has a television blaring. I used to live in Brooklyn, and I used to live not really around, not exactly where the West Indian Day Parade is here on Eastern Parkway, but where they rehearse. And so you would hear the drums, you would hear this, you would hear the marching. Yes, I totally understand. Panorama. God, well, I'm tired. I need to eat. Panorama. Y'all, I'm tired. I haven't eaten all day. So if you guys showed up to the if you guys had shown up to the Women Behind the Brush panel discussion that I was a part of this week, Wednesday, with Oscar nominee Nikki Lederman. She was the Oscar nominee for The Joker, as well as Jackie Rosado, who was the Emmy Award winner for Fosse Verdon. I was very honored to be on a panel with those beautiful ladies. Margina Dennis was part of that too, and we all just talked about one, what it's like to be a makeup artist, and they have more of a heavy duty film background. I do not. I have done a lot of film, but I haven't done film in that manner, not in production like those huge sets things. I haven't done that. So it was fun. Whenever you see anything pop up for women in TV, Black people, Hispanic people, whatever people, you guys need to go check it out and support. And it was through the, God help me, New York Women Film and Television Organization. And it's in the community board. Check out the community board. I can't say it enough. Check out the community board. Okay, so I have 6 questions that I just wanted to get out of the way. So actually, let me click over. I'm going to click out of my screen here, click over to this other screen, and it's a question. I want to read her whole question. She was nice enough to write to me from Africa, and I wanted to get her question out. Will the video be out? When will the video be out? I can't wait to see it. Oh, I couldn't. It wasn't my event, so unfortunately, I couldn't record it. I don't know if they've recorded it. I have asked for several pictures, but I don't know if there is a video of it. Like I said, unfortunately, it wasn't my event to record, so I couldn't record it. So I'm going to click out of here, and I'm going to go read a question from a viewer from Cameroon, Africa. Okay, and it's a rates question, a very good rates question. I don't want to miss it. So she says, "Hello, DeShawn. I love your professionalism. Oh, by the way, this is Beauty with." Oh, she's gonna kill me. Beauty with a you Kempi? Please don't kill me, you Kempi, or a you Kempi. So basically what she asked was, I have many people who ask for my rates for evening and day makeup. So okay, so her rates for evening and day makeup are the same. And they don't have much problem paying, but they say they have encountered makeup artists with different rates for evening and day. For me, I will do the same beat depending on the occasion and client preferences. Just wanted to make sure I'm on the right track. So did you guys make sure you guys heard me, because I had to click out and I don't know what that means when I click out. So she's essentially saying that she don't care if she charges the same thing for day or night. She don't care. But some people don't. Some people charge differently for day makeup than they do night makeup. Some people charge differently for bridal makeup than they do production makeup. And so the question, which I really liked, was it was all different, right? So many people tend to keep it all the same. And if that's the way you want to price yourself, then listen, rates are up to you. That's your personal business. You do you. But there's reasons why we charge differently. There are different things that go on, like bridal. There's so many bridal makeup artists out here. The difference for bridal is you're shooting. For bridal, it's like production. It's like you're shooting video work. You're shooting photography. It's sometimes it's daylight, sometimes it's candlelight, sometimes it's inside makeup, outside makeup, and all of that has to be right, and all that has to be perfect, and that costs money. You know what? That expertise that you guys are giving to these brides, that jack costs money. Okay, it's not the same thing as like if somebody hires you guys because they're going to dinner. You know what I mean? Or they have like a mini special event where even there may be a red carpet, like mini red carpet. Let's be real, it ain't the Oscars, okay? So it's like let's say you have a client that might be going to like something, a gala, but it's still not the Oscars, okay? So the lighting, all of that is a different situation. So yeah, for bridal makeup, people should be paying a premium for that, for you to be able to make sure that they look good in all different types of lighting and all that stuff. So to me, yes, in that world, you should be asking for quite a bit of money. You shouldn't be glam squatting your rate when it comes to brides, because that's a lot of work. It just is. You guys know, full disclosure, girl, I'm not really one for bridal. I'm just not into the bridal scene. But I have to tell you that I get paid a premium, not because I'm DeShawn Hatcher, but because I just will not work for less than X, because it's just so much work. It's the same thing as a red carpet kind of situation. So, you guys should be charging accordingly. You get what I'm saying? Are you feeling me? And then again, if you have someone who hires you for something, they're going to a lunch, they're going to a little special occasion, then you could adjust your rate. You understand? But you don't. It's not always one whole rate. I want you guys to understand that you're not stuck to one rate. You can fluctuate for different occasions. You mostly, yes, you can. Please don't let people think you can't. Like, a lot of people will ask you guys, well, why when you do my makeup for for my sister's baby shower, you only charge me $100, but now I'm calling you about my wedding, and now you want to charge me $250, $300. Then you have to explain to them what the difference is. The difference is you're just going out, so I don't have to worry about all this extra stuff that you have to be going through. On top of it, you're not staying that long. Normally, it's a hit and quit it when you do something like that. When you're doing like a special, a special occasion kind of evening, it's just hit and quit it. But brides, you do have to stick around for several hours. You do have to go out of your way. You do have to dress differently. You do have to do all these things, and you have to have your expertise. So you should be charging more money for brides. So don't let people rook you now, okay? Miriam, Rebecca, good evening. So that's one thing I wanted to say about different rates for different things. Yes, you can charge different rates for different things. Different. Like, don't charge one bride $2,000 and then charge one bride $200 and they have the same exact type wedding. That'll cause fights. Okay, don't do that. So Glorietta asked me last week, do you think posting on Craigslist is a good idea? I can only speak on what I have done in my past. For me, when I had when I had first started, yeah, I did. I posted on Craigslist because I wasn't a high-end makeup artist at the time. I was just a makeup artist just trying to get some work. That's what I was doing. That's what Craigslist for me, is about. I'm just trying to get work. I'm just trying to find people to work with. That's how I look at Craigslist. And so if it's new for you, if you're new to this and you're first starting, and you can, sure, why not? If you're a high-end makeup artist, I don't know how many high-end brides go on to Craigslist to find makeup artists. But you can also just simply advertise yourself, nice advertisement, and, put a link to your website. You could just put wedding makeup artist, whatever your specialty may be, and then make it nice, and then put the link to your website, and people can find you that way. But um, there's also like I think the difference between me and maybe some wedding people is when I went on Craigslist, I went on Craigslist for production work. So I went on Craigslist to find jobs in production and video production. That's a little different than bridal. And so I lucked up and got work. Um, I think I got my first video job. I was still in school actually, and I got my first video job. Um, it was a music video, and it was a really cool music video. But it was a music video, and they still owe me $80. So that tells you what kind of thing you're going to get sometimes off of Craigslist. But then I got another gig off of Craigslist that I still know the people to this day, and they're like family to me. And so we're talking about like 20 years ago. So, and I got a real job off of that. And honestly, now don't misunderstand me though. Don't misunderstand me, Glorietta. I got a real job off of it, but that joint was low pay. So I want to make that clear. I didn't get a real job off of it and did the red carpet for the Oscars. I got a real job off of it, but it was very low budgeted kind of work. That's the kind of work you normally get off of Craigslist, is very low budgeted. But if you're first starting, then it's not a bad place to start building your resume. Okay? That's a good question. I like that question, Miss Glorietta. Let's see. And then Miss Lizzie Burnett asked me, is it appropriate? We just went through that, but is it appropriate to charge different rates for bridal versus headshots versus this? And I just said yes. If you're doing bridal, you're doing headshots, you're doing like everyday makeup, you're doing whatever you're doing. Yes, it's fine to charge different rates for that. And then Sony asked me, when you're in the union, can you raise your rates? See, now the union is a funk thing. They have like I'm not in the union, so I wanted to just kind of brush on this because I'm not in the union, like straight up. But I do know that certain people get paid more than other people. So I didn't want Sony to think that I was ignoring her. And so what I was going to do was going to reach out to some union people and ask them. But sometimes when you reach out to the union, they don't tell you the truth. So I don't know what to say. I'm not sure. So what I will do, like I said, I will reach out to some union friends of mine and ask them about the rates and stuff. They have set rates. Sometimes what happens is you make more money because you have a lot of overtime. You make more money because the production has gone further. They have levels of pay that you get. The higher up you go in these levels, the more money you will make. I'm pretty sure an Oscar winner could probably ask for more money. You understand? Also, lots of people have, when you're up to the tippy tip top like that, like a Vivian Baker, I'm sure Nikki, Nikki doesn't have an agent. She said she didn't have an agent. But when you have people in that stratosphere, I'm pretty sure they're asking prices high, much higher than, let's say, a standard rate for a department head or a key. So, and just like in everything in the world, you know how it goes. The higher up people go, the higher up you are, the more money you make. That's it. Belladonna, DeShawn. Hello, Belladonna. Hello. So yeah, I just really, it was like, I was like, so you guys realize that when I'm done here, talking to you guys, sometimes I miss what you say to me, and then I have to kind of go back and watch the video again or try to catch what you're saying to me. And so sometimes when I feel like I've missed some of your questions, I'm like, damn, damn, I didn't see this. A good question. I want to just kind of come back and hit you guys up with some follow up. You know what I'm saying? Miss Teresa, hello. You ain't late because this is Saturday. So there you go. This ain't Sunday. This is Saturday. So this is like I told you guys, you never know when I'm coming on here. So turn on them notifications because you never know when a crazy person's going to pop up. Okay. So, do you guys have any questions, or did you have any questions? Let me see. No, no, Rebecca. I had a question for you. Thought of early today, but now I forgot. Well, okay. Well, guess what? This was a sneak. This was a sneak attack. So this is a sneak um, video. So guys, I will be on Sunday. I'll be on tomorrow, but I just wanted to kind of hit this up. This is not. This is not. I'm not going to be on here for 5 hours. This was one of those. Hello, I told you I'd be on here. I told you I'd sneak on you guys. I told you turn on the notifications. Right. So it's just important that you guys, turn on the notifications because I just might pop up when I want to. So if you guys have any more questions, you can ask me a little bit more about rates. And let me see if I missed anybody. I know some people are doing their nails, they can't type. It's a shame you can't speak into the system and that I can hear you. Oh, guys, do me a favor. I know it's strange. Can you please go over to the community section and answer the DeShawn podcast question. Two podcast or not two podcast or not two podcast? That is the question. Are you guys interested in me doing a podcast or not? Because that's just more work for me. Okay. So Last Looks by Carla. Hi, Carla. Hello. Oh my God. How often can you raise your rates? Oh, I saw your question. I felt like I answered you. That's why I didn't write it down, Trisha. Everybody says, I think it's different for different markets, but I keep hearing once you're done with one person, raise your rates. I don't really believe in that because I feel like there should be some type of steadiness that goes on in our industry. Again, so you guys understand, I separate bridal from production. So I separate bridal because bridal is its own industry, just as production is its own industry. So I kind of go like this. And so you can raise your rates. Like I think I said this the other day, you can raise your rate whenever you want to. You can, you do a job for Samsung. I'm looking at my TV. You do a job for Samsung and they loved you or whatever. And maybe, you could raise your rates the next time they ask you. But how much? They see the question is like when you guys say, can I raise my rates? Well, sure. But how much are you raising your rates to? What is the difference? Like you have to always think about what are you offering people that is going to, what's the word? I'm trying to find the word. She can't find the word because she's hungry. What I keep saying the value, but what are they getting for the rate increase? Are they just getting you again? Then it might not be. You have to understand, like when you raise rates like that, then what are they getting? Are you going to be able to do the makeup faster? Are you going to be able to do multiple more people? What are you giving for that rate? It's not to see, because the problem is a lot of people just want to raise their rate to raise their rate. And in our industry, it's not the same as like a graphic designer. You know what I mean? It's a little different. So what are you going to give me? What are you giving to them that will show them that the rate increase is worth it? That's all. You have to think about it that way. What are you giving to them? What's the new promise? What's the new promised land as a makeup artist are you giving them? Did the job change suddenly? In other words, let's put it this way. Sometimes what will happen is you'll talk to people. They'll call you up, hey, DeShawn, I got a job for you. You're, oh my God, so great to hear from you again. And then all of a sudden, the last job you worked for them, it was just one person. You were there for 2 hours and then you bounced, right? Great. And you charged them $500, right? Well, this time they call you, hey, DeShawn, hey. And then all of a sudden it's like, I have 10 people. You'll be there all day. Da, 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 da. Okay, well, I'm going to charge you $2,500 for that day. Do you understand what I'm saying, Trisha? Do you see what just happened? Because the job itself changed. I'm not just raising my rate for any, like, woo. I'm not raising my rate for anything. The job changes. So yes, you should raise your rate when the job changes, but not just to haphazardly raise your rate. You understand what I'm saying? Because then people are going to be like, well, why did you raise your rate? And everybody goes, well, the cost of living goes up. I dig it too. I totally understand that. But You still have to, the customer has to understand why you are raising your rate. See, for me as a customer, oh my God, who was it that pissed me off bad? It just happened. Somebody had raised their rates on me and I got really agitated by it. And it really wasn't even that much money, but it was like, it felt like the okey doke. It felt like, what was it? It was something, nothing expensive, but it was just the way they did it. It was sort of like, well, if you buy this product from, you buy the product and then all of a sudden, oh, I know what it was. It was a candle. I wanted to buy a candle and it was $10, but the shipping was 20. And I was like, see, you're trying to okey doke me. First of all, I know how much shipping costs. I know how much it costs to ship something. So right there, what are you charging me $20 for? So you just lost me. So it's like little things like that that will stop people. Little things like, you guys think, you guys are consumers. You guys get it. When people try to play you, you get agitated. A lot of times you will lose customers because you're trying to nickel and dime them. I keep telling you guys, don't nickel and dime people, because that is when they'll nickel and dime back to you. And you don't want that. Negotiation is not nickel and diming. That's two different things, So you have to be careful about that. Johnny! Hey, Johnny. Let's see. I got to move this board over. Hold on. The input must match the output, quality, experience, worth ethic, and eventually your name. Say it again, Mother. Say it again. Ania, what more are they getting? What more are they getting different to increase your rate? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Ania. She's saying, what more are they getting different to increase your rate? In other words, yeah, what are they getting? Unless they presented something different to you, then you could say, oh, okay, well, then my rate just changed. But if you are, let's say, a bridal person and you just kind of want to increase your rate, yes, there is a cost of living increase. I get it. But then there's also, you have to be careful with certain things. Not saying you can never raise your rate. Of course you can. But you just have to be careful with that, because it's the small things that count. Did you just change over from Wet n Wild to Tom Ford? You get what I'm saying? Then you could say, well, I just went from Wet n Wild to Tom Ford. My rate just increased $50. So it depends. Denora, I think that's Denora. She just said, off topic. I just brought your palette. Oh, hi, Denora. Thank you. I hope you love it. Let me know if you like it. Thank you, Denora. Thank you for buying inclusion. Thank you for being included. Thank you. Lala Galore says, every time I say your name, that's how I feel. I feel like I should just say, Lala Galore. Lala Galore says, say someone books you for an editorial photo shoot. What should you take into consideration when it comes to pricing? Lala Galore asked me that question. Well, Lala Galore, when you are booked for editorial, they have a rate for you. You technically don't have a rate for them. They will say, hey, DeShawn, or excuse me, hey, Lala Galore, we have an editorial shoot and it's paying $250. You want it? It's basically how it goes. It does not go where you submit a rate for that. The only way that you get away with like rates, let's say for editorials, would be when you are working with a celebrity. And that's when the rate goes high. It can go up. Most of the times, editorials are like $100, $250, $500, $600 sometimes, right? And then when you get a celebrity, that could double, that could triple, because you could be getting your celebrity day rate. You could be getting, the magazines are willing to pay for their glam squad. They're willing to pay out of the nose for the glam squad because they want that celebrity to be happy. And so that is how editorial works. Editorial is not a cash cow. Editorial is not where you're going to make money. I did 100, well over 100 editorials in the past. Let's say I started doing editorials like year 3 for me. So I've been in about 100 different publications, sometimes multiple times, and in all different genres. And I'm trying to think, like, the most I've gotten paid just, and just like early on, not like now, but the most I had gotten paid was like $600 for like a whole day of shooting, but it was for multiple publications that I was shooting in one day. There were times I used to do a lot of men's magazines, like the Black Men magazines, and they would shoot multiple magazines in a day. So sometimes when you flip through a lot of these magazines, you will see the same makeup artist over and over and over again. It's because they probably shot it all in a day. And they're grinding them out like this. They're grinding out these magazines like that. It's like a, how do you explain? It's like I don't know. It's like a chain of girls coming in and out. And you're just making them up, and then I've had whole magazines with my names all through it in the men in the men's magazine world. I've had whole magazines that was just all my makeup. So you understand how it works. But the rate, remember, the rate is what they give you. It is not what you give them. Okay, that's how editorial works. Okay, Lala Galore. Paula, hello, Paula. Okay. It's like you're promoting yourself when you go from sales associate to floor manager. Your uniform or dress code changes to a more presentable and distinguished aesthetic, and you are paid more. Why, there we go again with the prolific Brian Dean, aka somebody else. Yes, exactly. You start to rise up. That's all. I mean, that's what happens in all of us. I mean, I know people assume that, I always hate to say that I'm not going to say that you can't come out the bat and make a lot of money, because when I started weddings, um, back in the day, when I started my wedding, I knew that I didn't like weddings to begin with. And so I had set myself up back in the day, which I'm like 20 years ago. I'd set myself up for, like, if you want me to leave the house, then you're going to pay me $1,000 easily. If you want me to leave the house, if you want me to come do your wedding, this is the stipulations. And I was very, I mean, I could be very like arrogant with the wedding thing because I don't like doing them. And I was just like, and I don't care. I don't care if you hire me or not. It was sort of like, this is the stipulation. Come get your makeup done by me, do the consultation. And then what I would do is I would take the consultation fee. If you hired me on that spot on that day, then I would roll that consultation fee into the price. And you must hire me that day, and you must be prepared to give me X amount of money, that 50% down that day, cash straight up. Like I was like very like, boom, this is what I'm expecting. Don't come to me, don't him and haw on me. And by the way, if you do not accept me or you do not hire me on the spot on this day that I do your makeup, then nothing gets rolled in. I was very like, I'm very rigid when it comes to bridal. I'm not as flexible as I am with other things because I just don't particularly enjoy it. And so if I don't enjoy it, you will pay me at the rump. So that's my thing. So you see what I just did there, but you see when I started, a lot of people when they start off doing weddings, I've seen low rates for like $50 a bride. No, not me. I was like $1,000. So yes, did I start off? I started off with $1,000. I started with $1,000, and it was normally it was the bride and maybe three other people. So it's four people. It was like $1,000. You want me to come out? $1,000. I'm not coming out for less than $1,000. And then it went up from there. But I started out like that. I didn't start out cheap. I didn't start out low. But the reason why, let me give you guys a secret as to why I was able to do that straight out the bat. Okay, was because one of the brides had said to me, she hired me because I was the only one with a contract. She hired me because I had everything kind of spelled out for her, right? I was the only one. Then I came and did her makeup. She loved her makeup, but I was the only one that showcased professionalism. And she felt safe enough to book me the minute she saw me, the minute I was finished. She was safe enough to book me, and she was happy. So that's the key. That's what it means to fake it till you make it. That's what it means. And make the people think that you've been doing this for years. That's what I did. I made people think I was doing it free. I didn't lie to her and say, um, oh, I'm the, I've been doing weddings for years. I didn't do that. I just simply said, this is my rate. Here's my stuff. Here's my professional side. Here's my stuff. And therefore, this is what I'm expecting. And she took me as a professional. I'm the first woman. I never done a wedding before, except for friends. I never done a wedding before. But I was just like, yeah, you will pay me, and if you don't want to pay me, it's fine, and we can move on. But I showed up professional, and I showed up dressed as a person who, in my mind, should be dressed for weddings. As a makeup artist, I showed up with my chair. I showed up with my table. I showed up with a beautiful, clean kit. I did her makeup. I did her makeup quickly. I dealt with her as a professional. So she assumed, because I was I did all of that, she assumed I was a professional. But that was my first damn wedding, okay? So can you get away with being a newbie and make good money? Yes, but you got to have all your stuff together. I even had a beautiful website. You have to have your stuff together. It has to look professional. That's all. That's all. But a lot of times you guys want to charge a lot of money, but it to look janky. And I'm telling you, I've been to sites and I'm like, what? People, you guys, oh, DeShawn, can you help me? And I'm like, okay, sure, honey. And I go look at sites and I go, well, that's why you're not making any money. Your site is crappy and the makeup is bad. You gotta rejudge. You gotta change the look. And then when you change the look as Trisha wants, then you can raise your rate. There's a video already on here. It was actually one of the very first videos I had done, how to raise my rate. And this is exactly what I was talking about, because so many people were asking how to raise my rate. How do I raise my rate, DeShawn? And it's just as simple as raise your value to your customer. Raise that value. You know what I'm saying. Paula. Oh, thank you, Paula. I'm just seeing it. Thank you for the necklace, love. I love it. Thank you. Etsy. I got it off of Etsy. I've been trying to shop off of Etsy. I am trying to give back to our community, because Etsy to me is full of people like us, entrepreneurial, freelancing, artiste people. So I'm trying to shop more off of Etsy and less off of other places. So thank you very much from Etsy. So do you guys have any more questions? Rebecca, thank you. Graftobian. Graftobian and lighting. Oh, and the moisturizers by the company Skin, SKN. But thank you very much, my darling. Yep, I stopped doing my nails. Some more. He said, yep, I stopped doing my nails. To say this first, I first started kind of a makeup on my own in 2013. It was frightening, but I had faith. I love that. I have faith and confidence in myself, and my clients love my work. Aw. The following year, I was booked out. Hello. Following year, I was booked out. You gotta step out. Sometimes it's just faith. Sometimes you just listen. I don't care what you pray to, what you believe in. You just gotta believe in self. If you can't believe in nothing else, right? You're like, believe in yourself. Believe that you can do it. And the worst thing that can happen is something don't go right. Oh well, move on. You see what I'm saying? But you just gotta step out. You just gotta do it. Go out there and do it. And then you too can start charging your money and doing all the things that you want to do. Oh, I got this from Etsy. I would have to look it up and see which vendor, because I have so many vendors that I deal with. I have to find out which vendor. I've had this for a long time. Um, Unfortunately, the only problem with it is like it's heavy. It's very heavy, and it's so heavy the way they did the class. It just like broke. I wore it once, and it just snapped, and I was like, God damn it! So the boyfriend fixed it back for me so I could wear, and I was like, oh, I want to wear it today. So yeah, but I will have to look up which vendor this is. Amy, can you please get to the point? This video is taking too long. No offense. It's not a video. It's live. And no offense taken, my darling. The lipstick I'm wearing was an old lipstick color by Miron that I believe is discontinued. And unfortunately, I have the palette right here, but if you see, there's no name. There's like no, I don't know. There's no name on it. What do you think about using trendy brands versus artistry brands in your kit in regards to clients' perception of the quality you are offering them? Pulling out a Huda beauty product versus compared to an RCMA. I happen to like my pro stuff. I'm just a pro person. I really love pro, but I'm not going to lie and say I don't have the pooty poo poo ness of the world. I do. And basically, I have, like, for those people who are very poo poo, I tend to have a bag of poo poo stuff that I bring with me and set up on the table so they see the Tom Ford and they see the Dior and they see that. And so I have that set up. But most of the time, what you'll notice is that's just like for display, and then I just keep dipping into what I have. And then what I like to do is, they'll see me, they'll see it on the table. I think sometimes they just want to see they just want to see it. It's not even so much that you're using it. Sometimes they just want to see it. And so, and then I just use what I normally use, basically. And every now and then, like, like you'll have like an eyeshadow. So let's say your crowd loves the Huda. Okay. Huda. Okay. So let's say they love Huda. So go get some Huda. And then you'll use it as display. Just put up as display. You might love your RCMA. You might love this. You might love that. So you could just put the Huda up, put it out. And then all of a sudden you just pick up your palette and start doing what you want to do. That's all. I've learned that it's easier just to do it that way than to like fight people. Yeah, every now and then, don't get me wrong, especially since I've crossed over to the celebrity world, they can be very snobbish when it comes to makeup, and they will examine your table as if it was an operation or something. Oh, what's that? What's this? And so, yes, so that's when I start to bring out all of the brand names because they seem to be very superficially interested in brand names. And so, and yeah, I said it, superficially interested in brand names, because all it is beautiful packaging. A lot of the stuff that we have pro is just as good, in fact, better. And then I'll start to dip in and out. But I mean, if you see some of the stuff that I have, the poo-poo stuff, I barely use it. Yeah. Thank you, Rebecca. So yeah, so that's what I do. That's how I handle it, because it's stuff that I happen to love, and I know that it works, and I know that for what we're doing, let's say if it's like for even a red carpet or one of these like industry events or something, I know that what I have is going to stick, and I know it's going to last. And sometimes I don't have time. How do you say behind the scenes to argue or cajole or convince? I don't have time for that. So when you just put it out there, they're just happy to see it. Most of the time, their eyes are closed as well. So I stopped worrying about that a long time ago. Yeah, I love my pro makeup, but yes, I find that Pat McGrath and Natasha Denona products I buy to use on my clients, I don't actually use. Exactly. I don't really use it. And I used to be all into like education, let me educate this client on this product. Let me explain to them why this pro product is so much better. Screw it. I don't do it anymore. I just do what I want. All the education and all that. I just do what I want. So you'll see. And she just said it, it's on the table, but she uses it. I mean, we all have our favorite, but the whole point is we still all have our favorites. We all have our favorites. And so, and also that stuff is expensive. Not everybody can afford the Natasha stuff and the Pat McGrath stuff and the Tom Ford. And not everybody can afford that, you know? So, there's a lot of dupes in our pro world that we have that rival all of that stuff. It's just not in a pretty box. It's just not in a pretty box. That's one of the reasons why if you create your own palette, then you wouldn't have to go through a lot of the stuff that you're going through. But people are so into these pre-made palettes that it's making it very, very hard for a real makeup artist to do anything, because people are so conditioned now to these stupid palettes. It's a cute consumer gimmick, but it's not good for a pro makeup artist to have palettes pre-made for them. You're supposed to make your own palette. So with that, this was a quickie. So like I said, this was like I told you I'd come on here when y'all wasn't expecting it. So, excuse me, I'm losing my voice. Let me see. So I'm gonna actually end. It's 45 minutes in, and unless you have some more questions. I love that my pro makeup isn't something my client already has. Exactly, Sandra. I like the fact that I have something to offer you as well. I have something from my pro world that I know is going to work. I have something for you. And every now and then, yes, when there's time or whatever, of course I will say, oh my God, I'm going to try this on you. I'm going to do this for you. But for the most part, I stopped trying to educate people, but I do use what I want to use. That's it. That's all you can do. So I'm gonna go, because I said it's a sneak attack. This is not hour and a half. I'm out of here. Remember, turn on notifications. Remember, turn on notifications. And I will. Oh wait, off topic. Your 3 favorite brands that you recommend for every artist kit. Graftobian. No. Well, I'm partial to Graftobian. I'm partial to Graftobian foundations. Just me. That's just my personal preference. I know RCMA people want to know DeShawn, I love RCMA. If you love RCMA, then you go for it. So why don't we put it this way? Any pro foundation to me is good. I really do. I know it sounds strange. I really do like Inglot eyeshadows, and I think it's because I have a crazy amount of them, and they really are beautiful. They really do rival the Tom Ford and all the Natasha and all that stuff. They really do. So I happen to really be very partial to that. And I'm really partial to I'm getting in more and more into powder. So I'm getting into well, obviously the RCMA no color powder is the greatest thing in the history of ever. That's a must have. You must have that in your kit. But I actually do. I mean, here we go. This is the RCMA palette. Graftobian palette. I happen to love this as well. And they come in so many different colors, and they're really good. Like I'm working in TV, and these come in. Oh God, they come in handy. But there's a couple. And oh yeah, of course, Mickey. Hey, Mickey. Yeah, Face Atelier is just amazing. It's just amazing for brides. It's gorgeous. So those are my little thingy things. And like I said, this was a sneak attack. I'll be back tomorrow, probably with this. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. But I just wanted to sneak on here and say hey and answer these questions for the beautiful people who had questions for me last Sunday. So guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, I will see you beautiful people tomorrow. Have a gorgeous Saturday, day, morning, night, I don't know, and see you tomorrow, guys. Have a good night.